Law Simplified with Justice, the new informative, educative, and thought-provoking program is what you need to keep abreast with law and politics. This exciting and truly refreshing program is anchored by Justice Maduforo, a solicitor.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a soul-searching discussion here with my colleague. We've been dissecting sole responsibility under the individual rule, those under 18 and those above 18 years of age as well.
Law Simplified with Justice understands that law is a powerful driver to human behavior. It is therefore poised to simplify the law and get you to take action.
We'll bring it to your doorstep and simplified the way that you will understand.
Contact Justice by calling 07931 727 597 or email lawsimplifiedwithjustice@yahoo.co.uk. Law Simplified with Justice, bringing the best to the audience.
Law is a powerful driver to human behavior. And it's essential for us to understand the workings of law as it affects all aspects of our lives. But how can one understand the workings of the law? That is why we are here to simplify the law. It is important to understand that law awakens your consciousness to it. And that is why this program has now been mapped out and designed to explain the law, to awaken our consciousness to law, and to stay on our feet and seek proper advice at any time. However, before we start this program, it's important for me to point out that comments and views to be expressed on this program are merely the opinions of the discussants in this program. You should not rely on what we discussed here, but you should seek proper legal advice thereafter the show. And after the show, we will give you our telephone number and our email address to contact us thereafter, and for us to diagnose your case properly and advise you. Again, this is Law Simplified with Justice. I am your host, Justice Maduforo. With me to discuss a very important topic today, which is marriage by proxy under the immigration laws of the United Kingdom, is a solicitor, Mr. Matthew Owolabi. Mr. Matthew Owolabi is a solicitor. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me, Justice.
Thank you so much. We want to start this program first, and viewers will be wondering, how does marriage by proxy affect me? Now, can we do justice to this? How can one enter into or lawfully enter into marriage by proxy?
That's a really good question. You can enter into a marriage by proxy as long as the laws generally recognize it wherever it takes place. But let's go back to the basics in the first place. We're talking about marriage, more or less a contract between two people, normally male and female. We should have in mind that we now have a Civil Partnership Act in the United Kingdom. So you can also have you can have a registered civil partnership between two people of the same sex. But in terms of marriages by proxy, the normal type of marriages, you would go into a registry or a church. The couple would then sign a paper indicating that they are lawfully married to each other, and that's recognized by law, depending on where it takes place in the United Kingdom. However, you may find a situation in which you have one of the parties in the United Kingdom and the other party is somewhere else. And by that, I mean in another country. Now, if they decide to enter into a marriage where where both parties are not at the same place at the same time to take the vows, how does that become lawful? Well, it becomes lawful if three basic criteria are satisfied. And by lawfulness, we're restricting ourselves to the laws of England and Wales, isn't it?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah,
so that's
the jurisdiction we're going to be dealing with here.
Yes, the United Kingdom, or at least the Immigration Service, would recognize a marriage by proxy if the first point that must apply is the law in which the other party is. So let's say there's somebody in the United Kingdom, their spouse to be is overseas in, take any country of the world. Now, the other party in the other country of the world must be a country in which marriages by proxy is recognized by law.
Yes, taking on that in terms of where the marriage is recognized in the other part of the country, how do we see in this form where someone who lives in the United Kingdom and then wants to marry or go into a marriage with someone in another country, what are the procedures? Assuming the country of which the other party lives in accepts and legalizes and accept marriage by proxy there. What are the procedures? How do one start doing this?
The procedure really, in terms of the United Kingdom, there's no basic criteria. The second point that I was going to come to was that the marriage by proxy must then take place in accordance with the ceremony of the other country.
The country where they live.
If the other country mandates that you should still have a marriage by proxy, you should have both family members there, you should have a photograph of one of the spouses on a chair, or somebody, maybe a younger brother or a younger sister or elder sister, whichever one, must be present at the scene to sign up to the paper in order for the marriage by proxy to be valid. Then, the ceremony must be complied with. There's no set rule, because you've got many countries in the world, well over 200 countries, with different rules.
Now, so that comes to another issue, question here. I'm sure both viewers may want to understand as well. And that is in terms of how do you empower? Because I understand, obviously, before you can empower somebody else who is on the other side of the ocean to act for you, because this is a contract. I'm sure there's a form of authority you can give to the other party to act for you. Is that where we come in now, bringing power of attorney for the other party to act on your behalf?
Right.
Or can you just run through by just telling the phone call, just do it for me?
Yes, I mean, other than the marriage ceremony itself, there's no particular formalization before you enter into a marriage. Remember, you have some semi-formal things that may happen in terms of engagement. You exchange rings and so on. It's sort of semi-formal. You can always give back the ring if the marriage doesn't go ahead, and you've got many basic rules. But in terms of signing up to a power of attorney saying, I'm authorizing you to be my proxy for this marriage, of course it's something that you may do, but that is only if the laws of the country in which the proxy resides requires it.
Law Simplified with Justice, the new informative, educative, and thought-provoking program is what you need to keep abreast with law and politics. This exciting and truly refreshing program is anchored by Justice Maduforo, a solicitor.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a soul-searching discussion here with my colleague. We've been dissecting sole responsibility under the individual rule, those under 18 and those above 18 years of age as well.
Law Simplified with Justice understands that law is a powerful driver to human behavior. It is therefore poised to simplify the law and get you to take action.
Bring it to your doorstep and simplified the way that you will understand.
Contact Justice by calling 07931 727 597 or email lawsimplifiedwithjustice@yahoo.co.uk. Law Simplified with Justice, bringing the best to the audience.